There are patterns woven into the fabric of reality that most of us never see, faint signals in the noise of everyday life. But what happens when the signal becomes a roar? When an entire crowd in a single moment witnesses the impossible? A ghost story is a simple thing easily dismissed as fantasy or fabrication. But when dozens, even hundreds of people see the exact same anomaly, the story changes. It becomes data. It becomes a documented event that defies our understanding of the world. These are not campfire tales. These are historical accounts of mass sightings, the moments when the veil between worlds grew thin enough for a crowd to look through. Number 5. The Phantom Army of Suter Fell. In the summer of 1744, on a quiet evening in Cumbria, England, a servant named Daniel Strickett saw something impossible. An army marching in perfect formation along the ridge of Suter Fell, a desolate and treacherous cliff face where no army could possibly march. He called his master, who saw it too. Soon 24 neighbors gathered, all watching in stunned silence for hours as the spectral troops, complete with cavalry and carriages, traversed the sheer rock. The next day, a search of the fell revealed nothing. No footprints, no tracks, no sign that anyone had been there at all. Yet 26 credible witnesses signed affidavits, swearing to what they saw. An echo of a long-forgotten battle or a warning of one to come. The fell keeps its secrets. Number 4. The Ghost of Flight 401, December 29, 1972, Eastern Airlines. Flight 401 crashed into the Florida Everglades. 101 lives were lost, including Captain Bob Loft and flight engineer Don Repo. In the months that followed, salvaged parts from the doomed aircraft were installed in other planes in the Eastern Fleet. That's when the sightings began. Dozens of crew members and passengers reported seeing the apparitions of Loft and Repo, often sitting in the cockpit or passenger seats. They weren't menacing. They were concerned, pointing out mechanical issues that were later confirmed to be real, potentially saving the planes from a similar fate. The airline executives tried to dismiss the stories, but the reports kept coming, from entirely different crews on different flights, all describing the same two men. The ghosts of Flight 401 weren't haunting the airline. It seems they were protecting it. Number 3. The Brown Lady of Raynham Hall. One of the most famous ghost photographs ever taken has a history witnessed by many. The Brown Lady is believed to be the spirit of Lady Dorothy Walpole, who died at Raynham Hall in 1726. For over a century, she was a local legend. But in the 1830s, the sightings became a public spectacle. During a Christmas celebration, a guest named Colonel Loftus and a friend saw a woman in a brown dress with glowing, empty eye sockets. The next night, he saw her again, this time confirming his account to a crowd of disbelieving guests. Decades later, another house guest, Captain Frederick Marriott, fired a pistol at the apparition in a hallway, only for the bullet to pass straight through her. His story was corroborated by 2 of his host's nephews. A private tragedy had become a public phenomenon. Number 2. The Battle of Edge Hill Ghosts. On the frigid night of January 23, 1643, 3 months after the bloody Battle of Edge Hill, the first major conflict of the English Civil War, local shepherds and travellers witnessed an unbelievable sight. The sky above the battlefield erupted with the spectral reenactment of the fight. Phantoms of soldiers clad in the uniforms of the royalists and parliamentarians clashed in the air, complete with the sounds of cannons, muskets, and the cries of the dying. The phantom battle was so vivid and loud that it was witnessed by people for miles around. When word reached King Charles I, he sent a royal commission to investigate. They too saw the aerial replay and even recognized some of the fallen officers, including the king's own standard-bearer. The phenomenon repeated for several nights, witnessed by crowds of villagers, before finally fading into silence. Number 1. The Children of Woolpit. Sometime in the 12th century, in the village of Woolpit, England, a strange event occurred that was recorded by two separate chroniclers. Villagers discovered two children, a boy and a girl, huddled near a wolf pit. They were dressed in unfamiliar clothing, spoke an unknown language, and their skin was tinged a distinct shade of green. They were taken in by a local landowner, but initially refused all food except for raw, broad beans. The boy soon fell ill and died. The girl, however, eventually adapted. She learned English, lost her green pallor, and explained they came from a subterranean land called St. Martin's Land, a world of perpetual twilight where everything was green. They had been herding their father's flock, she said, when they heard a loud sound and were suddenly transported to the wolf pit. An entire village bore witness to their arrival, a living mystery from another world, whose origins remain utterly unexplained. Some moments in history refuse to be categorized. They exist at the edge of belief, verified by the testimony of many, yet explained by none. Are they mass hallucinations? Atmospheric tricks of light and sound? Or are they proof that the world we perceive is only a fraction of what is truly there? Perhaps the truth isn't something to be found, but something that finds us, in the right place, at the right time, with enough people watching to make the impossible undeniable. The stories are recorded, the witnesses are on record. The only thing left is the question.